I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right, this is the Mahoning County Commissioners Hearing Room, regular meeting number 13, Thursday, March 31st, slightly after 10. Do I have any public comments? No public comments, okay. Approval of the previous minutes of board meeting number 12, Thursday, March 24, 2022, and approval of bills for payment. Do I have a motion?
So moved. Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy.
Yes, journal entries number 1. Do I have a motion?
Motion approved journal entries. Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficant.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy.
Yes. Number 2, agreements, EMA, A and B.
Good morning. Thank you.
Chief,
So A is basically just a maintenance agreement with BNC. They take care of our sirens on the technical side. They have the computer systems to evaluate them. And B is we want to relocate that system from the EMA office, which is not manned 24 hours a day, over to Austintown Dispatch. That is manned 24 hours a day. Thank you.
okay. You have any questions on that?
No.
Okay. C, engineers, Pat or
Rick. Oh, Rick.
Rick?
Yep. Good morning.
Oh, good morning, Rick.
How are you?
Good. How you doing?
How's everybody today?
Good.
This is a memorandum of understanding with the Ohio Department of Transportation. It's for the use of the ODOT scales in our overweight truck scale program that we work with in conjunction with the Sheriff's Department. And this is at no cost to the county at all.
Okay, thank you. D, facilities, Alan?
Commissioners. This is for a maintenance agreement with M&L Supply Company to repair and service the laundry equipment at JJC and the Justice Center. An estimated amount of $3,000 in the general fund.
Okay, thank you. E, F, G, H, I, all jobs and family services. Audrey, you had a busy
I got it. Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
morning.
Letter E, Job and Family Service Agreement with Meridian Healthcare for Employee Assistance Program Services for CSEA, DHS divisions in the estimated amount of $1,700, non-general. Letter F, Job and Family Service Agreement with Domestic Relations Court for CSEA, 4D mandated service in the amount of $165,320.07. FFP reimbursement $109,111.25, non-general. Letter G, Job and Family Service Agreement with Juvenile Court for CSEA 4D mandated services in the amount of $755,794.59. FFP reimbursement for $498,824.43, non-general. Letter H, Job and Family Service Agreement with the Prosecutor's Office for CSEA 4D criminal non-support cases in the amount of $16,306.36. The FFP reimbursement of $10,762.20, non-general. Letter I, Job and Family Service Agreement with the Sheriff's Office for CSEA 4D process server in the amount of $158,239.63. The FFP reimbursement for $104,438.16, non-general. Thank you.
Thank you. Wow, that's a mouthful. J and K, lead base.
Morning, Commissioners. This is Jay is in agreement with American Pinnacle Construction for lead hazard control and healthy homes work at 1935 Donald in the amount of $10,050 non-general. And K is an agreement with American Pinnacle as well for lead hazard control and healthy homes work at 1730 Josephine in the amount of $8,000, also non-general.
Okay, thank you. I, recycling.
Good morning, Commissioners. Item I is agreement with WFMJ and all their affiliate stations to provide broadcasting advertising for our special event collections we're going to be having this year.
All right, thank you. And M, sanitary. Tara.
Good morning. This is for agreements with the following for towing and lifting services as needed for 2 years in the estimated amount of $2,000 per year, non-general funds for Gobbles Auto Body and Towing Inc., Jeswald Auto Truck Service, and SEC Inc. doing business as Lutz Towing.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, agreements A through M. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve agreements. Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 1, resolutions, additions. Do I hear a motion?
Motion to approve resolutions additions. Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 2, record of bids. A, engineers. Rick.
Yeah, this is our bid, record of bids for the South Avenue resurfacing project. This is phase 2.
Okay, thank you. Number 2, record of bids. A,
Motion to approve record of bids. Second.
roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. Number 3, resolutions. Excuse me. Number 3, resolutions. A, data.
Good morning, Commissioners. This is a resolution of necessity to purchase appliance hardware and software from Excel Technologies using the associated GSA contract.
Okay. B, EMA hazmat, and C, EMA hazmat.
Good morning, quick commissioners, everybody. We're applying for a grant for the U.S. Department of Transportation Pipeline and Hazardous Material Safety Administration for training and a seminar, 4 training classes we put in for cryogenics, which are extremely cold liquids. We're doing a Cameo, trying to do the Cameo class, which is a computer-based software for hazardous materials. We're also doing a hazmat safety officer class, and the last one would be confined space included in that grant. So there's an 80-20, we pick up 20% in that training on that grant. And C is the Homeland Security grant for 2020 that we applied for, and we're awarded $22,614
Nice.
for some
Nice.
equipment.
All right. D and E, engineers. Rick.
Yeah, yes. D is a resolution of necessity to purchase yellow and white traffic paint from MD Solutions through the State of Ohio Co-op Purchasing Program. It's in the estimated amount of $60,806.76. E is a resolution authorizing participation in the Ohio Department of Transportation Co-op Purchasing Program for the purchase of sodium chloride, which is rock salt, for the 2022-2023 season.
Thank you. And F, hazmat.
Yes, this is for their ongoing billing for incidences. And like, if you notice that there's 2 in Springfield, that project on the turnpike that they did from the toll booth by the state line into Springfield, you wouldn't believe how many accidents there were. And that's why you see multiple billings from that. And so I think we've been out there 4 times in the last 2 years. The fire department's been out there numerous times. So it was construction, obviously the turnpike's standing, but it was pretty volatile out there for a while. But this is to help continue to fund with the billing.
Is there like a signage or some kind of problem there that creates, or is just?
It's just people flying, they go through the toll booth and it goes down to one lane and they're ramming into each other. And in fact, this last accident, who's the superintendent of the turnpike, he comes there and it's like 3 o'clock in the morning. He goes, I was going to open this lane in the morning. You know, that's how close he was opening up the turnpike from the construction. And I mean, trucks were overturning, and I mean, it was, that construction period was pretty bad, you know, but people just won't slow down in the construction zone, you know.
I mean, if you saw the cell phone videos on 81 in Pennsylvania with that,
Yeah.
where 6 people are dead and 80
Oh
cars
my God, I
smashed.
saw that. That was
I mean, it
horrible.
was, people get out of their
We gotta get out
cars
our
and that, and they're standing in the road. That one car that got smashed on the video, the guy was on the hillside taking, and they hit that car and it literally spun around the person that was standing out of the car.
Oh, my God.
And
That's
if
horrible.
you're in those kind of
Get out of the car.
conditions,
Oh, my
get
God.
your car up into the, drive up the hillside or else run up the hillside, it's crazy.
Anthony, you had something?
Chief, did Springfield Township ever enter into an agreement with an ambulatory service or you guys with respect to all the crashes? Because Farzan's head of the Turnpike Commission and he's a friend of mine. And he mentioned that to me, that they were trying to work a deal out because of all the accidents that were happening in that corridor. Were we involved in any of that?
Oh, yeah, I mean, out of numerous accidents, there was probably 4 I can think of where we were on the turnpike. But there hasn't been any talk of agreement. Once Springfield calls us, we respond.
Between them or the Turnpike?
Yeah, I don't
Commission?
think, because, I don't know if there's,
They should, yeah.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I don't know. The chief in Springfield never told me anything as far as that goes. He calls us, we go.
Andy, do you know anything?
I've never heard of anything like that.
Right.
I've never heard of them making agreements like that, the Turnpike. So that's a new topic for me.
Yeah, they wanted them to kick in some money with respect to all the crashes that were going there. And if they're able to have somebody to be called out, like an ambulance, I don't know, this was like a couple months ago, he mentioned it to me and I fell short of calling Springfield and I'm wrong.
Springfield has its own ambulance, they run.
Right, that was it.
But each jurisdiction that the turnpike goes to is responsible for that section of turnpike. So once it hits mile marker, I think 235, it goes into Beaver and then goes from there.
Okay, thank you.
All right.
Thank you.
Yeah, that'd open a can of worms and everybody would want that same agreement
Yeah.
on the whole
Yeah.
turnpike.
Don't enter an agreement with like a.
I know Austin Town would.
Don't do like a tow company, like if
Right.
their truck overturns and there's, they might have somebody where they call that get them en route to start opening the road. I think they have an agreement, so.
Okay, thank you. O and B grants, G and H.
Commissioners, item G is a resolution authorizing all action necessary except the Northeast Ohio Public Emergency Council, Energy Council 2022 Community Event Sponsorship Program funds in the amount of $1,750. That's just a grant to be used, however the commissioners will want from NOPEC. Item H is a resolution authorizing the contribution of $20,000 from sanitary engineers sewer fund and $190,000 from the general fund for a total amount of $210,000 to support soil and water. This is the annual contribution and the soil and water gets almost close to 100% match of that. It's about 80-something% match of those funds.
Thank you. I, purchasing, Jimmy.
Good morning, everyone. This is approving the part-time to full-time appointment of our purchasing clerk. This is to provide support to our munis financial business units, as well as assist in maintaining the integrity of the bidding process.
Thanks, Jimmy. J, sanitary, Tara.
This is a resolution approving the appointment of 2 treatment plant aides.
Okay, thank you. K and L, sheriffs, John.
Good morning, everyone. This K is a resolution in support of an application for submitting to Ohio Office of Criminal Justice Service for the fiscal year 2022 Recovery Ohio grant monies to go towards the drug task force in the amount of $61,387.76 with no local match. And L is a resolution in support of a grant. We're applying to the Ohio Attorney General's Office for 2022 and 2023 drug use prevention grant program. And the amount of $21,060 with a 50% match made by Jackson Milton Schools for a DARE officer out there.
Okay, thank you, Joe. Motion to approve number 3, resolutions A through L.
Motion to approve resolutions.
Second.
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes. So that concludes our business portion of the meeting. Do we have any electeds that would like to say a few words? Department heads?
Good to see the
Anybody?
chief over there and the chief
The two chiefs.
and the chief. You got 3 chiefs over there?
Well, Chiefs.
All chiefs, no Indians.
3 chiefs? We're the Indians.
We're the Indians. All chiefs, no Indians. So tell us, Andy, any news, anything going on at the EMA?
No, we're just still trying to get the siren issues taken care of.
I was gonna ask
Yeah,
about that.
so there are no parts on there. It's terrible. So we're looking at some other options, possibly doing things through phones and all, as opposed to the siren issues. So we're just diving into that to give all of you the information for that.
Like an Amber Alert type scenario, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, that's what everybody is going to. Some of these sirens we have are pushing 40, 50 years old. So the parts just aren't available anymore. So we're gonna have to make some serious decisions about them, but we're still in the information gathering. So what we're doing is we're putting the Band-Aids on as best we can for now so that the system remains in place. But it's very scattered and it's a situation. That's our priority right now.
So,
Good, I'm sorry.
so Andy, what would it cost like to put like new ones?
We're waiting on that number. I truly don't know that number. And so that's what we're waiting on.
And maybe change up the locations to make them more central in those areas.
Yeah, so again, relocation is going to be very costly. But even if, we have 52 of them in the county. So if we could get the ones that really need, even if we do 5 a year, something along those lines, of some of the options that we have in front of us. But again, I apologize, we just don't have those figures yet to be able to make any of those solid decisions.
I think that's, those sirens are beginning to be obsolete just in their functionality and in their usefulness because, I live 100 yards from it. And even when it goes off, I'm in the house, I don't hear it. It's
Really?
Oh, no,
So,
it's just crazy. I think the Amber Alert type scenario is what the world's moving to these days. I'm sleeping at night, my phone starts going, and immediately I look at it, and I know it's an Amber Alert. And, but it blasts you right out of your skin, and I think.
That's what we want. That's actually what we believe is the best option to go.
Yeah,
I just need to see the pricing on it. Actually, Robin, that's what he's been working on for quite some time now. He had to take all kinds of classes just to even get the quotes back. They mandate these classes you have to take in order to even be able to ask for quotes.
Wow.
So he has just completed all those. He's in that process now. He has to get other okays from the state, from FEMA. So that's the process we're in. It's unbelievable how cumbersome it actually is. But both of us feel that there's no question that's what it should be going to.
Yeah.
Back in the day, those were set for when this was very rural and the farmers were out in their fields, they could hear it. Well, now anybody who's around has a phone. So when you look at the numbers, you're going to hit so many more people by phone. And it's nothing you have to sign up for. It's something that just automatically gets sent to that phone. And if you're in Columbus and they have a weather alert, as soon as you hit one of their towers, yours is going to get it. So we're also going to be hitting people that aren't Mahoning County residents. They're going to be hit, their phones will be hit too if they're traveling through. So I think it's just a much, much better system.
Sure.
So you would have to pay the like Verizon, Sprint, AT&T to be part of their, is that how that works?
It's done through, actually, Robert, you want to speak on that?
Excuse me, commissioners. The way it's set up is that you go with basically a third-party contractor, and essentially they draw a circle around the area. The providers all participate as part of their contract. They essentially, I believe they're going to have to for the most part. Some of the broadcasters and the others, it's a little more voluntary, but you'll hit all media, even the internet, with this system. But like I said, there's a list, and I want to say it's maybe a couple of dozen or more providers that can do this. But before we can even talk to them, I had to complete some courses, and we have to get licensing through federal FEMA, and before we can really progress in this. So we're kind of getting to that step now, but it's very promising. I mean, it would even seize things like digital billboards and, broadcast the alert over that.
Wow.
So as Andy said, it's something that's, we came across talking to other counties, and frankly, they got rid of most of their sirens using this system. It would be an assessment to make a determination where we might want to keep some sirens in maybe populated areas in downtown, something like that. But basically, we would be trading maybe cost-wise a little bit to get rid of the sirens and go to this system, which it'll blanket the area. I think it's a much better idea.
I think it's great, because we all have this.
Yep.
No one leaves home without the phone. And even if you're in your car, you're gonna hear it come up because it's connected to your radio.
Well, yeah, and that's the other thing too. It goes through all the broadcast systems. So the radio, TV, any of that, you'll get the alert. So it's about as complete as you can get, unless you're living under a rock, really.
Hey, I'm an 8-track player in my car. Don't be talking about living under a rock.
Might be a little bit behind that.
What do you have, Three Dog Night?
I probably got that along with the Temptations, the Stylistics, a lot of Motown. And
So do you have a radio?
I have an AM radio in my Camaro, an AM radio and an 8-track player. And you know what? The funny thing is everybody I know that goes to a garage sale and sees a case of 8-tracks say, "Look, this I have an 8-track player," and they buy them. I must have like 6 cases of 8-tracks.
Come on.
That people have, oh gosh, yeah.
Do they have the artwork on them? The band's name on, like,
Oh, yeah.
you still see all that?
Oh, yeah, CCR, and it's all stuff like from late 60s, early 70s, and it's, and I'll tell you what, they all work too, man. I plug them in, see. My one
Okay.
buddy calls me a dinosaur. He tells me I'm a dinosaur. He says I'm the only one that keeps Hager in business and plays 8-tracks.
Oh, well. Anthony, you have anything?
No, I just want to, thank our chiefs over here and our EMA and everybody for what you're doing and getting a grip on those sirens. We've been watching this war in Ukraine, and you hear them sirens when they go off, But thank you for
So
that.
sad.
And just something I wanted to say, I had a tour of my old high school the other day, the superintendent.
Still standing? They hadn't torn it
Yeah,
down since you
no,
went
still there. And he took me through there, and I found my original locker. The lockers at Poland High School, they're same
Put
they
your
were in
name on it?
85. No, it was 119.
Did you put your name on the back of the box?
I tried to get in it to look, but it had a little lock on it. But it was just really, really neat. And I'm looking at myself and I'm thinking, was I ever this young? I mean, I felt like an old man. The kids were like, they looked 8 years old. That's how young everybody was. And the teachers were young, but it was just a surreal thing that, 1985, when I was there, it seemed like, oh my God, it's futuristic, all these bands and everything. Now it was so old, but it was really enjoyable. And a lot of my friends that I graduated with, a few years older, younger, they're teaching there. So it was a really, really nice thing to get back, but they may be doing something with that school. They may be either tearing it down or they may be renovating it because they want to expand other grades to come in there. So it was just neat to go back in time a little bit and see everything. So.
Oh, that's good.
That
It's
was
always nice to go back to see your.
A lot of
alma
memories.
mater.
Yeah.
Yeah, a lot of memories.
That's cool. When they recreated the campus, like there in Austin town where the schools, the elementary
nice.
and the middle school and everything are,
That's
they
good
tore
to
down
bring that stuff.
Frank
The
Hall.
campus.
And
Yeah.
that was where I went to school, and it was always a big thing. You either went to AMS or Frank Hall. That was the big
I
8th
remember
grade
Frank
school
Hall, yeah.
where we, competed. It was the old Fitch was AMS, and then Frank Hall. And I went to Frank Hall, and it was nice to walk through before they tore it down, and they had all the pictures on the wall. And I mean, they had pictures on the wall, and I'm sure I told you this. That let's see, you're in like 3rd grade. So how old are you in 3rd grade?
That was always 5th or 8th.
Oh, that's right, because it was the 7th and 8th grade basketball team, right? 7th and 8th grade. So you're 12 or 13 years old. That's right. And I remember walking down And there was a picture, Ted Boggs was our coach, John's brother. And he was our basketball coach, 7th, 8th grade. There's a 7th grade picture of our basketball team. And I was always the last guy to make the team, the smallest guy. And my mother used to say to me, you know, we walked through there and the picture was up there and she'd say when she'd come to the games, even back then, she'd say, how come you're the only one that doesn't have a number on your uniform? And I'd say, oh, I have it on, Mom, but my shirt's so big, it's tucked into my pants. You know, it was like down in the back of your pants. So, but it was cute. We were able to watch those and see, you know, looking at all the old things before they tore it down and all that yellow ceramic tile and
Oh,
stuff
my
that,
God, that was.
you know, that was through the schools. And those are great schools, great times and but it's nice to go
It
back
is.
and see that. I don't remember any locker numbers, though. I don't think we had lockers like, did they put them all for like the whole tenure in school or?
Yeah,
You know,
once they were identical.
In
They
high
were so
school-
antiquated.
In high
They
school,
worked.
you had lockers.
Yeah,
In
no, that's what I
grade
mean.
school, we never had any.
Yeah, I'm
lockers.
sure we all had them, but I don't remember if you had them like from 9th through 12th grade, all the same, or they changed every grade.
year.
I think they changed.
Every
yeah.
year you got.
Yeah.
Anthony.
But yeah, there was a wall there in Poland where you walk in and it's a brick wall, same wall, and they had that same bench there. Because I have a yearbook photo of me and my girlfriend sitting there on the bench, and behind our head was a payphone. So there was 2 young ladies sitting there. I says, well, you won't believe this. I said, I was in the yearbook and there was a payphone right there on the wall. And they looked at me like, what's a payphone? So I shut up.
No.
I have that picture.
No payphones.
Yeah, it was at 84, I think.
Yeah, thank you. You know, appreciate the job you guys do and on behalf of the county and, you know, and it's nice to have the team that you guys have that work together and, you know, make it safer for all of us. So thank you.
Thank you. Keep us posted on any new updates. You're always welcome. Now that we're getting into the rain season, tornado season, storm season. Of course, we don't know that we might not get snow again this week coming.
I used to love weather. I loved weather change. I hate it. It's a good job. That's all you're ever looking at is weather.
Well, now you could look at it as part of the deal. Anyway, we want to thank everybody. Alan, welcome aboard. Couple weeks. How's it going?
It's going great.
Good. Good to see you.
A lot of good people.
Karen. Yeah, we do. We have a great group. Thank you. Jimmy, everybody, Audrey. All right. Do I hear a motion to adjourn?
Motion to adjourn.
Second?
Roll call.
Commissioner Trafficante.
Yes.
Commissioner Ditzler.
Yes.
Commissioner Remedy Agati.
Yes, next meeting Thursday, April 7th, 10 a.m. Thank you. Have a nice weekend, everyone.